Welcome back to Chronicle. This morning we're getting an update on our senior population in the pandemic. Emmanuel Communities just finished building a new long-term care facility. It's called Newport House, right next to Emmanuel Hospital. They invited us inside for a tour, and this facility pairs some older pieces like this. One of the Last Supper was given to him in 1926, and also photos showing Emmanuel's history right there. 80 residents moved in last week. The building has space for 96, including in a rehabilitation wing. It includes dining and common areas, a rehab gym, and a bistro complete with coffee and meals to go. Now, full disclosure, I do have a family member living in one of Emmanuel's properties. And joining us now is Eric Gurley, he's CEO of Emmanuel. Thanks for being here today, Eric. Appreciate it. Newport House, brand new. Tell me about it.
Newport House represents a tremendous investment for Emmanuel in replacing an old 40-year-old nursing home that was originally built on the 72nd Street Emmanuel Hospital campus. It is state-of-the-art. It is replacing a building that was designed when people were very different than they are today.
How so? I mean, just active-wise or what?
It really ranges in many areas. People are older than they were 40 years ago when we served them. They're also not as small as they used to be.
Oh, sure, I got you. Okay, yes. So physical
Society
changes.
has changed.
Yeah, absolutely it has. You know, we talked about some of the features. What are some of the new things that residents can expect there? I mean, the bistro is interesting, I think, but also the rehab side.
Well, it's about serving with dignity, and when the Emmanuel Board of Directors approved the investment to replace the old nursing home, it was about having an environment where people can thrive with dignity and to have multiple dining options, as we all do in our daily life, to be served in a way that allows them to exercise the greatest level of independence, but to enjoy that part of their life, which is part of their recovery to return home.
Is it an all spectrum of care? Is it just to assisted living, independent living, memory care? What's it
At Newport House, it is nursing care, both skilled nursing and long-term care. However, it's part of an ecosystem that we have on that campus, including independent living, affordable independent living and assisted living, and market rate assisted living as well. It also will work in tandem with our PACE programs, which will take the place of the old building.
Yeah, I thought that the program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, that PACE, that intrigues me because that means people don't have to go to the facility. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How does that work?
The PACE program is something we've been involved with for 10 years after leaving our partnership in Allegiant Health. It is an innovative form of care, which really deals with the holistic approach to care for an aging person. Healthcare, certainly, socialization, transportation, and even home modification to allow them to stay in their most independent setting possible. They will still need nursing care. The key is to make that a transient issue and lessen the length of stay and the inconvenience to them.
And you've been doing that for 10 years now. You said you're looking at it. How's it working? Is it very successful, or?
Yes, it's met our objectives. Emmanuel has always been on the innovative side of healthcare, both when we started a hospital 135 years ago in Omaha, to forming Allegiant Health with Catholic Health Initiatives, to moving on to what society needs. And so, yes, it has been successful, and it is the model of the future of healthcare.
And Newport House, it's next to Emmanuel Hospital, and you said it replaced one that was there. Is there a need for senior living in North Omaha? Absolutely.
Nursing care has been under siege, especially in the last 2 years with COVID. Right. We see it in the closures, especially in the rural part of the state. We're suffering from the same issues of staff shortages and increased cost. But nursing care still is an element that is needed by the community, especially in North Omaha that has become underserved in that area. And so to build a community, as you've seen, which is really state-of-the-art and I think an eloquent facility to serve a population that is mostly funded by Medicaid.
And y'all have a number of facilities. I think I counted 16 between Omaha, Council Bluffs, Lincoln, and Des Moines. How have you weathered the pandemic?
well, actually, following all of the protocols that have been put in place. But I credit mostly the staff and the residents. The residents are a generation that understand sacrifice, and they understand community benefit, and they pull together and they follow the protocols that we put out, and we weathered it incredibly well.
Were you conservative and when you approached the protocols and the restrictions, or I mean, because it shut down a lot. There was no visitors. I mean, I know personally that happened. You know,
Yes,
visiting
you do.
my mom from outside. So, do you think that was the right way to go? And how are we doing now?
It's funny you should bring that up, because we were just reviewing. This all began 2 years ago this week.
Yeah.
And our initial approach to protocols were fairly strict, and we were perhaps criticized for that until it got a little deeper into it, and then we could see that it was the right thing to do. Yes, the protocols were necessary to render the results. We deal with a vulnerable population, and at the outset of the pandemic, they were the most vulnerable to the virus.
Personally, I didn't think they were too restrictive, because I was more concerned about my mom being safe. Any lessons learned from this pandemic long term? I mean, a lot of industries have said, well, we've learned whatever it is from this pandemic, how we're going to work going forward. How about for y'all?
Well, you know, we've adapted to the pandemic. We've adapted to the protocols necessary for any kind of infection breakout or infection control. The key is the organization was adaptive, both from management and employee side, but also from a resident and those we serve. And so whatever comes next to us, we've proven that we can adapt to whatever circumstances there are.
And if people then finally want to get involved or want more information about Emmanuel, go online. What should they do?
Sure, go online to emmanuel.com. That will direct you to the variety of services that we offer across the region. And it will direct you into contacting someone within the organization that could address what specific need you have.
Eric, I appreciate you coming in today.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you highlighting Newport House.
Yeah, and good luck in the future, too.
Well, thank you.
For everybody going forward. Well, state senators are considering putting more money toward helping nursing homes in the state. As KATV News Watch 7's Catherine Garcia reports, many nursing homes are still struggling to find enough staff.
Nora Sahacek has served meals at assisted living facilities for more than a decade.
I love the residents. I absolutely love them. I love to see their faces light up when you come with their stuff that they want.
Many facilities like here at Brookstone Meadows say they need more than medical workers. They need housekeepers, cooks, servers, anyone to serve the needs of residents on a daily basis.
They just gave us a pretty nice raise because the servers are now cooks as well. So
Communications coordinator Carl Bieber says throughout the pandemic, staff there have worked double shifts and worn multiple hats to keep the facility running.
Because of lockdowns and quarantines, they were having to clean the rooms, provide the necessary medications, and even serve the meals.
Legislative Bill 996 calls for the state to disperse more than $5 million in ARPA dollars to licensed nursing homes in Nebraska to attract and retain workers. Jaylene Carpenter with the Nebraska Healthcare Association advocates for these facilities.
We will continue to be impacted this far into the future, and these dollars are really intended for COVID relief.
Bieber says staffing has always been an issue for nursing homes, but the pandemic only made those conditions worse.
We've had to slow down our process for admissions in a number of facilities because we always have to weigh, do we have enough team members to provide the quality care that people will expect.
Carpenter adds wage inflation can make it tough for some facilities that rely on Medicaid to stay competitive.
The state's 24-hour run facilities increased their wages by 40%. And so our facilities are trying to compete in that marketplace. And we're quite frankly just been chronically underfunded, and we don't have those resources to be able to compete for those staff members.
Catherine Garcia, KETV, Newswatch 7.
And still to come, we continue the conversation about protecting senior citizens, not physically, but financially, from con artists looking to steal their money, what to look out for, and how to report senior scams. First, a reminder, your comments are an important part of the show. If you want to be heard, email us news@ketv.com. Love hearing from you, and we'll be right back.